Hey Lego fans, and welcome back to MV Bricks. My name is Maya, and today I'm here with my dad Jamie, who is also my Lego Masters partner. We are here for our fourth Behind the Build video from Lego Masters Season 5, Episode 4, Wicked. This challenge was a 360 build of either a good or wicked spell, and we got the good spell of Bravery. So we had a lot of fun with this challenge.
Yeah. Now, it really was a challenge for the two of us. Neither one of us knew anything about Wicked, the play, the book, anything. So luckily for us, Corey and Rebecca, who are right beside us, were willing to spend some time kind of going over everything, and it really came up with the idea that we wanted.
Yeah, so shout out to Corey and Rebecca, because I actually spent like a good 5-10 minutes out of their challenge time to explain the concept to us. So thank you so much, because I think it really came together.
So once we had the idea of mental bravery versus physical bravery, the build really came along well together. So for us, what we were trying to accomplish was, we got the idea is that she wanted to be herself, and others wanted her to be something else. And once she made that decision of she was going to be who she wanted to be, that the spell, the mirror, would open up and allow her to see all the possibilities going forward. She could see the broken potion, she could see all the other things that were there, and I thought that went really well.
Yeah, so we decided to do the mirror out of these large clear panel pieces, and they just slid along a tile base there. And so it made our build really easy, because most other contestants made their spell inside the build. So with just having the two doors that open up, it really left us a lot of extra time to work on mechanics and all those fun small details.
So once again, I was responsible for the mechanics of this build. We worked on a mechanical hand that was beckoning the witch into her future, as well as a tornado that was spinning around and picking up debris. I think it turned out really well.
Yeah, this was an afterthought, but we had so much time. It was great to be able to add a second mechanism in. And then I, of course, worked on the landscaping, and we tried to achieve kind of a forced perspective of the smaller castle in the background and the path winding up towards it. We also tried to channel a lot of the Wizard of Oz, because we were more familiar with that, so we made sure to include the yellow brick road, the cornfield, flying monkeys, that sort of thing. At the end, we had a little bit of space that we still needed to fill, so my dad, being the ideas guy, came up with a cauldron and some broken glass bottles, that sort of thing, which I was able to put together fairly quickly. And then we just finished it off by, of course, the main character, which was the Wicked Witch of the West. And if you want to see more on how we did our sculpting, take a look at our last episode from episode 3, where I go over more of the sculpting abilities. So now let's take a closer look at some of the details that we put into the build. So we started off with the mirror section of the build, because we wanted to make sure that we had the function down, since that was one of the main criteria. We started the mirror by grabbing a whole bunch of these clear panel pieces in the bluish tinge, and then we made a track along the base using a bunch of tiles. So these were not actually fastened in at all, they just kind of went on top. And as you can see here, we've got the track laid out with the tiles, and then we used these fancier palisade bricks to give it a bit of texture around the outside. And then of course we left a small space in the middle so that the witch had a clear path into the mirror once it opened up. And then we tried to do a fancier frame around the outside, as those old-fashioned frames, old-fashioned mirrors did have the fancier frames. And then when it was together, it looked like a mirror, and then you could manually pull it apart since it didn't have to be motorized, and it would open up so that she could go into her new life. And you can see it's very, very, very easy to slide it along the tiles there. And then once we had that down, which didn't take us very long, I'd say maybe an hour or a little bit more to get that fully finished, and then we could work on the rest of the build. Pushing that to the side, we'll take a look at the hand mechanism, which was mostly my dad's doing, as I was doing a lot of the landscaping and such at the time. So the hand was built using a bunch of the mini ball joints and to create all the different fingers, and then we used the dark tan color. And this is a very simple mechanism with one rotating beam here, and as you turn it, the hand kind of beckons the witch into her new life within the mirror. You can kind of see how that goes. Doesn't work as well from this side, but I wanted to show you this angle as well. And then once we had this mechanism down, we tried to build a tree trunk really quickly around this to build up, and then have the leaves coming out of the top so it looked like the hand was kind of coming out of the tree. That part was a bit rushed to get that done, so the tree wasn't up to my usual tree standards, but I did think with the time that we had, it came together pretty good. So that's how we did the hand. And then the tornado was something that we decided to add in fairly last minute. I think it was in the last hour, and my dad actually asked, "Hey, do you think we could do a tornado?" And I told him just to kind of go for it. I forgot what I was doing at the time, but he started whipping this tornado together, and this is another fairly simple mechanism with one rotating beam here, and then the entire top rotates. And the beam actually only comes up into this first cylinder here, and then each one is actually offset. So there's not one Technic beam that goes all the way through, but actually one Technic pin between each cylinder. And then I think he had a lot of fun just adding in different fun things like the minifigure, the pizza, the cat. We had a bunch of random stuff on there. This actually comes off fairly easily, so you can kind of see underneath how the mechanism works. Once again, very simple. And once he had that figured out, it was pretty easy to cover up the rest of it with some plates to make it look like billowing wind and debris. And I think it turned out really good. I'm glad that he pushed to have that extra stuff put in, because we did a pretty big landscape and we were trying to fill up the empty space at the end there. But he had a lot of great ideas, which he was able to either implement with this tornado or help me get some ideas on what I could implement as well. So those are the few things that we decided to show you for this video. If there's anything else that you want me to go over, I'm happy to do so. Just let me know in the comment section below.
We felt really good about how the build came together for episode 4. Now, on to episode 5.
If you have any questions about any other parts of this build, be sure to leave them in the comment section below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to see more LEGO Master related content, be sure to check the description for a link to a playlist of all those types of videos on my channel. Thanks so much for watching this video today, guys, and until next time, keep on building.